Oh, hey guys, didn't see you there. Man, 2018 is looking like it's going to wrap up this year nicely with some excellent high-quality titles such as Mega Man 11, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, Red Dead Redemption 2, Soul Calibur 6, Valkyria Chronicles 4, Team Sonic Racing, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and many, many, many others I can't even think about right now. There's so many games, but there's just one teeny, weeny little problem. They're not out yet. So why don't we try some new hobbies in the meantime? I mean, there is more to life than just gaming, believe it or not. Let's try reading. I mean, that's supposedly good for your brain, right? Yeah, the graphics suck on this. One thing that's inevitable in the gaming world is re-releasing games. From old school classics to more recent titles, an easy way to fill in the gaps in your game schedule is to port something old to new platforms. The Nintendo Switch, for better or for worse, has been a magnet for re-releases of all kinds. Now, some people don't like how the Switch's game flow of new games hasn't been on par with, say, the PlayStation 4 or Steam, or how Nintendo is bumping old titles like they are new titles, but personally, I don't have a problem with it. A lot of these games were stuck on consoles, but now they're on a handheld, and I like having my games on a handheld that I can take wherever, so no complaints from me, but I understand where the frustration must come from other gamers. That said though, let's take a look at some old school games that are on the Nintendo Switch, starting with the NES. And it's kind of lackluster. For one, to get these NES games, you need to have a subscription to the Nintendo Online service, which in itself is very polarizing. And two, the opening act for the NES games is kinda whack. Okay, Super Mario Bros. 1 and 3 are key, same with Zelda 1. Gradius, Tecmo, and Ghosts and Ghouls are where I've been spending most of my time. And Ice Hockey and Pro Wrestling are awesome. I love how Nintendo brought these games back. But some of these other titles are very questionable, like tennis, baseball, and Yoshi. Not exactly aiming for the high score there, Nintendo, I see. Besides the portability, the only benefit to playing these versions is that there's an option for save states in online play, but nothing else. I know more games will be added over time, and I think Super Nintendo games will be on the service in due time too, but for now, it's kind of a weak showing for the Nintendo Online service. Don't get me wrong, I love Nintendo, but they are definitely a day late and $1 short when it comes to their online services. Up next is Namco Museum. Ever since the PlayStation 1, just about every system has had Namco bring back their old classics in one package. From the PlayStation 1, the Dreamcast, 64, GameCube, Wii, it's not hard to get your Namco arcade fix on your platform of choice, and my platform of choice is the Switch. And I love Namco arcade games. I'm wearing a Pac-Man X Bullet Club shirt for this review, and that ain't coincidental. Namco Museum on Switch launched for $30 and comes with 11 games. You get the standard Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and Galaga here, but there are some nice gems in here. Splatterhouse is awesome in all of its bloody glory. Rolling Thunder 1 and 2 are always good with a friend, which I don't have for this footage. No. Also, Namco, bring back Rolling Thunder 3. That game is awesome. Tower of Draga is really hard and basically impossible without a guide. Sky Kid, on the other hand, is tight. World War I never looked so cute or was so fun. Same with Tank Force. This game is... wait for it. A ball? Pac-Man Vs. is a blast with 3 players. Tired of being chased by ghosts? Well, you are the ghost as you hunt down Pac-Man. There are some serious omissions here, like really, no Xevious, no pole position, no burning force, no Mappy. I actually have a Mappy keychain on the door to my apartment. No one's breaking in when Mappy is on patrol. For this version of Namco Museum, each game has a challenge mode that challenges the players to play the game with certain rules, like eating as many ghosts as they can under 30 minutes, or try to squash so many enemies in Dig Dug. Nothing substantial, but it is a nice diversion for those who have played these games to death and want a new way to play. Also, the UI in Namco Museum is very nice. It's super easy to jump from game to game, and the presentation is very nice and colorful too. For those playing in handheld mode or have a rotating monitor, you can rotate the screen for that true old school arcade feel. $30 might be a bit steep for Namco classics, but I think the minor additions and the clean UI make Namco Museum worth at least a checkout for new gamers or for those looking to re-experience their glory days. Alright now, let's try working out. Gotta get in shape, gotta join the Bullet Club. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Shape. Give me a minute. Go back to gameplay, go back to gameplay. Sega Ages has been around for a while, at least in Japan. Ever since the Saturn, Sega has been doing very well in bringing back their early hits to modern systems. With the Switch, Sega is bringing back Sega Ages for the big screen. Did you know Ages spelt backwards is Sega? Ha ha ha. The only two games out right now are Sonic the Hedgehog and Thunder Force 4, also known as Lightning Force, because someone didn't know how to English. Both games are awesome, that should go without saying. Proof that Sega does what Nintendo didn't. Man, that phrase did not age well, did it? I already owned Sonic 1 on the Genesis twice, the Sega Saturn version and Sonic Jam, a really excellent collection by the way, the GameCube, 2 versions on the PS3, and 1 version on the 3DS. What's one more copy, right? Sega Ages Sonic has some nice features. Besides the obvious save feature, there is an option for the spin dash, which was introduced in Sonic 2 to be used in Sonic 1, as well as the drop dash, which was introduced in Sonic Mania. And thankfully, for those purists out there, you can turn them off for the authentic Genesis experience. Another minor thing that they added is the ability to change the game version from the Japanese version to the US versions. There's not much different with the versions other than some graphical updates, but you know what, it's neat to have nonetheless. And the sound of the game is really good too. The version I have on PS3 with the Genesis collection sounds a bit off to me, but the one on the Switch sounds really good. Now, Lightning Force. Lightning Force is one of the best shooters on the Genesis, and in general, the Thunder Force games are really overlooked these days, highly recommended. And this is a very interesting choice to introduce Sega Ages to the Switch with. You would think they would start with something like, I don't know, Altered Beast or Phantasy Star 2, but nope, shooting action on the Switch, and I'm all the glad for it. Sega Ages Lightning Force adds in some new features, most notably a Kids mode, which is basically an easy mode, which is really helpful because this game is tough as nails and you're gonna need all the practice you can get before you actually take on the real deal. And according to one interview, there is an extra stage in Ages version of Lightning Force that was in the arcade version of Thunder Force 4, but it wasn't in the Genesis version. So if you've mastered the Genesis version of Lightning Force, well, you have some new content to look forward to. And I do have a minor complaint, and it might be just me, but the music seems a bit quiet. Technosoft rocked the Genesis with some amazing soundtracks, and this game needs to be dimed. This game needs to blow out your eardrums, but again, this might be just a minor complaint on me. I might use headphones next time I play. All in all, I'm happy with my purchases of Sega Ages on the Switch so far. I'm looking forward to Phantasy Star and Virtual Racing for sure, and more importantly, I hope the success of Ages on the Switch will lead to new titles in the future. Whoa, hey there. I'm in my Super Mario Bros. Shirt now. It's almost like I accidentally deleted the original recording for the ending when I was going through my SD card, and now I'm scrambling to get this together for Wednesday before this video goes up on a Wednesday. But it's not like that at all. I had this all planned out from the start. I'm always 2 steps ahead. It is nice having these old games again, but more importantly, why are you doing it for people like me who've played these games before? Why should I double dip into these old games if I played them before on, the original hardware or on a different platform? Why should I care again? Are you making it, more user-friendly? Are you adding new content, more options? Stuff like that. That makes it more exciting for someone like me who's played these games before. Because I already know these games are awesome, but what are you doing to make it, more awesome? And what are you doing to make these games more accessible for a younger crowd or a crowd that's not used to gaming before? Moreover to the point, it is nice having these old games, and it's always fun to go back to your roots from time to time. But I think most gamers, I think almost everybody with a Switch or a PS4, they want to see new experiences out there. They want to see some of their old favorites in a new scenario. Nintendo, give us a new Kid Icarus. Give us a new F-Zero. Konami, you guys are shit, but you can recover with something like, I don't know, a new Gradius, a new Castlevania, something. Capcom, you're bringing back Mega Man. Why not bring back Final Fight and Captain Commando? And Sega, I'm going to talk about this. You already got the Sega Ages out there. People are dying. People are begging for a new Jet Set Radio. Maybe give us a new Virtual Fighter. And you know what? You announced this earlier this year, I think. Give us more details about Sakura Taisen. And of course, Skies Arcadia. I'm going to bump this as much as I can until you do something New Skies of Arcadia, please. Or at the very least, port Legends to the Switch with, more options, more difficulty settings, and all that good stuff. That'd be much appreciated. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Go big Sega on Twitter for Skies of Arcadia on the Switch, and I'll see you on the next episode of The ZMan Show. We will be taking a look at My Hero Academia, My One's Justice on the Nintendo Switch. Should be pretty fun. Anyway, later everybody.